Good evening, I'm Donna Bush with your CIG TV News Brief and weather forecast. At a press briefing on Tuesday afternoon, government officials, including the Honourable Premier, Minister for the Environment, and the DART-led consortium signed an ISWIMS project agreement.
We all know that the problem of solid waste management has been around for many years. Shortly after we signed these documents this afternoon for early works on the Integrated Solid Waste Management System project, we will reach a point where the people of the Cayman Islands can begin to see the realization of government's vision for waste management in the country.
Following today's signing, the consortium will be able to finalize design details for the project, including the energy recovery facility, otherwise known as the waste to energy. This will take place ahead of an environmental impact assessment and submissions to the planning department. The closure, capping, and remediation of the Georgetown landfill will be undertaken in phases, with the entire mound covered with an initial regulating layer by the end of this year and the entire remediation completion by mid-2022.
The ultimate goal of the ISWIMS project is to reduce the amount of waste going to the landfill by up to 90%. You can watch the entire press briefing only here on CIG television and on our YouTube channel tonight at 8 o'clock. Also making our headlines today, members of the Legislative Assembly will go to the LA on Wednesday, and many bills will be tabled there, including the Defense Bill 2020 and the Legislative Assembly Management Bill of 2020. Chief Whip and Councillor Austin Harris explains what both bills mean.
Well, those are two, I think, rather significant and rather historic bills that will come to the House. First of all, the Legislative Management Amendment Bill will seek to amend the administrative governance of the Legislative Assembly and give it greater, if not independence, onto itself. At present, the Legislative Assembly is governed by the government by means of a business committee in which the Premier sits as chairman with members of the opposition and the Speaker as members. Under the Legislative Management Amendment Bill, the House will become independent or autonomous onto itself. It is also rather historic in context because if passed, the meeting that we're about to engage in on Wednesday will represent the final meeting of what we know today as a meeting of the Legislative Assembly, and then the meeting in November will become the first meeting under the new nomenclature under, of course, the passed bill, which will be the Parliament of the Cayman Islands. The Defense Bill seeks to provide both the governance and management framework for the newly established Cayman Islands Regiment, whose primary duties will include defense, humanitarian and disaster recovery and relief services. They will be available to provide relief and assistance to policing services and the Coast Guard as deemed necessary by His Excellency the Governor, or to fulfill any other functions as deemed necessary by both the Governor in consultation with the Premier.
Bills are brought by the various elected officials. Of course, you can watch the entire sitting of the Legislative Assembly on the various CIG television channels starting on Wednesday morning. You can also listen in on Radio Cayman. Turning now to the forecast from the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Today's high temperature reached 88 degrees, the low 78. There was a 30% chance of rainfall today. The winds were from the east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas are slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Isolated showers with light winds and seas are expected to continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours. It's all due to a weak pressure gradient across the Caribbean region. Radar images show isolated showers over the Cayman area are moving towards the southwest. For more on local weather, you can go online to weather.gov.ky or you can simply download their app, CINWS. And that ends today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush. Have a great night.